played amazing with Witch Doctor in the early game. It absolutely stomped. Solo did amazing, but when they got to late game, Witch Doctor is not as good. Your stuns aren't as reliable. You can drop your ulti, but it's maybe not the most valuable thing, and Maledict is often countered just by a BKB. So this game, at least, they can rely on better late game, game-closing kind of moves.
Similar that gets countered by BKB, though, but that's going to be most supports.
Yep. One thing I want to flag for Evil Geniuses is the potential of the Puck pick as a third pickup for Sumail here. That Puck Elder Titan safe lane last night was just so impressive to me.
VP could ban it though. They did last game, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was game 1 that they banned the Beastmaster and or they banned 2 Sumail heroes second phase.
What's the weakness of VP's 2 supports right now? So they're obviously locked in to support duo.
It's very about the combo. I think it's you get these 2 BKB cores on EG in order to withstand versus Disruptor.
It's like ulti reliant basically, like outside of ultimates. Not that Naga net isn't an incredible skill, but yeah, they're a little limited, especially if they're under leveled. Their ganking prowess, if they have like a bad laning stage and get 6s late, they'd be in a really tough spot too. They do still ban Enchantress, just waited till second phase. Affects their carry a little bit, whoever it will be.
They could still run the Dragon Knight anywhere, that's the beauty too. So if they do want to put DK safe lane, they don't have to worry about an Enchantress, just lane.
Yeah, that's what EG has gone to mostly with the DK, is putting fear in that on that DK in the solo lane matchup. Very difficult to punish. You saw they sort of were thinking in that direction with the Ursa in game 1, but felt like they had to keep the second support up there.
Radiant's pick.
Are they
gonna the Puck?
Okay.
Man, yeah, all off-lane hero bans in the second phase.
Is that our Beastmaster, right? Beastmaster made it through, so that's gonna be a little scary for him. They'll go for Bane instead, though.
Picking the 70% win rate heroes, like you were mentioning.
You know, it's exactly
like I said, it's exactly what they did in one of the games against Newbie yesterday. They banned out 2 of the 70% plus win rate heroes, and they picked 3 of them.
I just have a lot of confidence in EG's dual lanes right now. Both of those supports are so flexible, strong.
Good to combo off each other as well. Sleep and T can get easy stomps.
5 seconds.
Looks like Dragon Knight mid game. If he's in there being aggressive, both Bane and Elder Titan can hang a little back and follow up on how he gets initiated on or who he initiates on.
Okay. The no one Death Prophet picked here by VP. Yep. And again, the Terrorblade just has such protection against the physical damage from the Exorcism.
They're excited about that one.
There's the
this
TV.
Is what is the?
So this is pretty much the same draft they had yesterday, except for the Razor against Newbie. Yeah, the Razor was banned out, obviously, so they took the DK instead. That's the only difference. And that one they did play the Puck, which they can't play here. So we are looking for a different offlaner. But in the other game, they had Enigma.
Tinker's certainly good against TB. Once he gets like Ags, but
a bit awkward now, right? Though they have DP and Tinker on the same team.
Exactly.
That's true.
Well, DP has been run, to be fair, DP has been run more frequently as a safe laner in the recent past than she has historically. So that's not, it's not sort of a hard problem.
It's just dangerous because she definitely needs levels, and if she has a tough time in lane, or there's a lot of fighting, if she dies first and it doesn't get 6s fast, then her actual ulti rotations will be way weaker. It's definitely a big danger. And I don't think her armor is that great, is it? So getting hit a lot isn't always going to go good.
And they already have 2 heroes with super high natural armor. Dragon Knight and Terrorblade versus Exorcism.
Yeah. I mean, even her contributing to a tri-lane, like, what is she going to do? Cast Spirit Siphon once, and then be like, guys, we'll fight in 55 seconds when I get another Spirit Siphon. Like, she's so limited as a safe lane. I feel like it has to be Tinker, maybe? Depends on, I guess, what the matchups are, but it's not a good place for VP to be, for sure.
No, but I do feel like Paul is onto something, just pointing out the strength of the individual EG heroes. When I talked to Bobo shortly after he joined this team, he was talking about, look, we feel like we have hugely high individual skill players. You take these players, you put them on strong heroes, good things are going to happen.
Yeah. It's a very simplistic way of looking at it, but with a new lineup and players in different lanes, it's a plan, isn't it? Worked for them here so far.
I mean, you look at this right now, we know relatively little about EG's lanes.
Yeah.
Like, this Dragon Knight could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Bug, you gave me the look there.
More than likely, they're looking for Sumail's hero.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I mean, they pretty much always pick it 5th anyway.
True.
I'm just
no, but I mean, which hero plays in which lane? Are you convinced that the DK is going to be safe lane here?
I think he's going to be mid.
It's going to be an RTZ Terrorblade, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I think as well.
The Ben's fan.
Misery Bane.
To go.
It's been pretty good against TB illusions. Cleave them up.
5 seconds.
I feel like that would take too much farm, maybe, but it would be good against TB. Maybe they're banning all the TB solutions.
A bit of head scratch going on in there.
They took the, I mean, they took the Elder Titan. They ban out most. But yeah.
You're fist bumping a lot during this draft. It is not over yet. They must be real confident.
EG's very happy with these hero picks.
I mean,
they banned the Brood even.
Okay. I don't game, but
well, it definitely wasn't for VP because they're looking for Pasha's hero here for sure.
Even Fear was smiling there. That's good for VP.
What do you think? They go back to a Pasha Sand King?
5 seconds.
Concerned if later as the game goes if they do that. They don't have some true carry that can actually take the game later. Pretty much all relying on this Tinker being able to stand versus Terrorblade.
Other possibilities, they have brought back the Pasha Darkseer in the recent past. Brewmaster as well, still on the table.
With that wonderful 8.3% win rate.
Oh god, 1 in 12. Yikes.
Crazy.
This feels like one of those moments where someone will just pick Pugna and throw their hands up in the air. You're like, well, maybe this will work.
The burst damage. I mean, that's legit actually. That's totally legit.
I'm not sure. I don't have much confidence, and I feel like something like that's lost a lot.
Also worth mentioning, he has run an off-lane Shadow Demon. That would be the first Shadow Demon pick here at the tournament.
That's a no. There's no way.
You don't think so?
No.
Shut down.
All right.
I like that. That's okay.
Single target.
All right, doomed.
Where we go?
Terrorblade. Last one for EG, which we presume is a Sumail hero.
And goodness.
Can't be a puck.
After
Could
all
be
this,
Enigma.
After all this, is the Beastmaster still on the table?
10 seconds to go.
So
It is.
I mean,
Why wouldn't you?
do you just keep it simple?
Seconds.
Sumail says, whatever. Give me whatever. I don't care.
There it is, Beastmaster, absolutely.
just playing it safe.
I mean, this is EG saying, come at us. We're going to pick 5 heroes that we are capable of playing at an elite level, probably top 5 in the world on all 5. Go beat us.
VP has no armor. I feel like Beastmaster is going to be really strong here, and he's backed up by 2 great supports that are also very good at early fighting. Their other their other solo matchups are very survivable, like high armor.
And they've got good push now with the Beastmaster, and they've got ways to find the Tinker.
And they have normal lanes, whereas VP has to do either a Tinker safe lane or a Death Prophet. Like, just not going to add up, I don't think.
All right, okay, very quickly, in 2 letters, VP or EG?
EG.
EG.
EG?
All right, okay, they're pretty decisive here. Let's find out whether our commentary team are decisive. Boys, are you ready for this game 3? Are you hyped enough?
I'm hyped enough, but I'm willing to go against the, obviously the NA bias.
Right.
Clear
NA bias.
Clear NA bias.
It's
disgusting. Absolutely right. Never catch you doing any of that, Cap.
Absolutely not. Excuse me. I was actually just answering some fans, and they asked me who they thought was going to win Game 3. I actually thought EP. I thought they like that here. Draft makes it more difficult.
Yeah, the draft is one of these fun things. Like, you see the Tinker being picked up by VIRTUS.PRO, you're like, okay, how can you actually deal with this? How does no one get controlled? And that was going to be the 3rd pickup. The Beastmaster was the choice by EG.
Yeah, this is going to be similar to the way that Fnatic, they actually had a very similar lineup up against this, where they had the kind of aggression, where they could just go win the laning phase, start taking some of those outer towers. They're going to turn the Beastmaster into kind of a hunting hero for the Tinker. Dragon Knight can also do that with a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade. He can also kind of do that, but they're also going to be able to have the brute force and just taking towers and limiting map control. So winning lanes, really big for EG, and translating that into some good map control. Very similar to the way that Liquid versus OG ran. You were actually saying in the draft, they don't have a whole lot of catch for this, right? Yeah. Liquid OG, Game 2, they actually ran something where they didn't have a whole lot of catch. There was where they had the Furion. And what they did is they just won the lane so hard and limited map control so much that Tinker could only have a small area to farm when it came to the jungle, and everyone else on the side of OG couldn't get anything.
What makes the 5th ban on Brood just such a great choice as well. So lanes come out, it's going to be quite an aggressive posture here from VIRTUS.PRO to take 3 of the bounty runes of the early buffed up runes.
Radiant on one side.
That always feels good.
It'll be, I'm interested to see how Death Prophet deals with this lane. Like, we've seen ETs just try and change lanes around. Beastmaster, Samel's been so effective in that in game number 2. Game number 3, how does the Death Prophet Disruptor stack up against ET?
Well, I thought the Troll was going to be able to do all right, and to be fair, their tri-lane did end up winning. I think the Death Prophet is also a pretty good answer to Beastmaster. He tries to, you know, kind of run at you with the axes. You go ahead and Spirit Siphon him. The difference is the Spirit Siphon actually has a bit of a low cooldown, and Samel is going to be playing off of axes a lot of the time, so they're going to be able to get a lot of harassment. And they also have this Elder Titan, which Crit has shown time and time again is just a lane dominator.
Yeah. He's also a hero that's going to work really well once Misery starts his rotations on that Bane. A very simple setup with the Nightmare as always. This mid lane is also going to be a bit of a fun battle. It's more magical burst to get the last hits as no one can control the timing of Fear's attacks thanks to the laser.
Couple things here. You want to make sure that there's no opportunity for VIRTUS.PRO to be able to get any pulling action, and at the same time, Crit wants to be able to stack up that hard camp and start getting those really big Spirit stacks.
And they're really getting aggressive onto Arteezy. Infernal Blade, Riptide just making the most of it when his Metamorphosis was running out.
Yeah, now that Metamorphosis is down, this Doom is going to be a whole lot better at challenging this Blade. We've seen the Doom cores go for this early Infernal Blade at level 1, just bypassing Devour. After all, the creeps don't spawn until a minute anyway, so you want to maximize that harassment potential onto the carry. And TZ's certainly running low on regen already.
Top lane, there's your wall down, the Crit. Getting the Stomp off, they're just trying to interrupt Solo, who pulled the dire creep wave down to the Centaurs. So not really having the greatest position. The fact that he got stomped up by one of the Centaurs definitely wasn't part of his original plan.
Anytime you're running an aggro dual lane, if you don't feel like you can really win it by force, just do hard camp pull. And as long as you have a way to protect against that support stopping the pull, then it's a clear win for you.
A fun little battle to find out who actually gets the first blood in this. Because you got so much magical pop in the mid lane. And I'm thinking of from Fear's side, not even no one's side. Like, no one's getting up in the face of Fear. Standing on the high ground, battling underneath the tier 1. Needs to. But a quick stun, quick high level in the Breathe Fire, because the DK could just start spamming this. Soul Ring, the extra points. Trouble right now for Misery. They're trying to body block him up. Arteezy will start the reflection as Misery continues to burn as he walks back to the tower. A very difficult hero to kill off the Bane. 7 armor on him, plus that Brain Sap ability.
Yeah, if you're looking out for first blood, for me, it's definitely the side lanes. Either Evil Genius is going to die from the Doom Naga Siren because it is such a potent duo against them, or we're going to have this big clash at top lane where a kill can go either way, to be honest. If Crit gets enough Spirit stacks and just starts laying that single target damage into a Death Prophet, Spirit Siphon may not be enough to save him.
So we just have a return of game 2 where it was like Captain Blood on the top lane.
Well, that's what I hope for anyway. It's made it fun to watch.
It will make it fun to watch. Oh, Arteezy really getting up in the face of Pasha and Roger. A little bit too far up. He's got no TP support. The Bane went all the way back to base, still regenerating before he starts his TP. Arteezy, body blocked up. Here comes your TP in now. And he'll look to turn. But they don't really have the easiest target. Pasha, okay, Metamorphosis up and running. Pasha makes a break for the tree line. They keep the retreat on. Nightmare trying to get Arteezy to a better position to attack, but the Riptide, it does so much damage. Arteezy's low. 6-1 charges are available. He'll burn them all. Pasha looking for the damage, but it's Roger who gets the first blood. And Pasha wants to keep the pressure up. Misery is forced to retreat, and it really seemed like, I don't know if that was a bait from Arteezy dropping down low to force the fight, but it works out the way of VIRTUS.PRO.
Very well played by Pasha. First of all, getting the level 2 in Scorched Earth rather than the extra damage from Infernal Blade was big there for him surviving, and also the way he kited Arteezy was fantastic.
They're going top. Spirit Siphon onto Samel. He'll turn around and try and fight with the help of Crit. Samel has 11 1 charges, so he'll have more mana, so he can throw the axe out, cut the trees out, so Solo, no juking available for him, but Ramsey, so much damage. Samel will go down and Crit. He'll Spirit to pick up Solo on the edge of the kinetic field.
Hey, that's okay for VP. If you're looking at it, we were just trading supports or actually killing a Beastmaster, you're very happy because you are, as long as you're doing okay in this lane, you know you're winning bottom lane, and Tinker is not doing poorly in mid. So in a way, you're kind of winning like 2 lanes.
Keep it up, I love it. Quick bottle refresh. No one's back to fighting in the mid. Arteezy needs a little bit more space. I wonder how that gets created. Like, Fear is about to crack level 6, so when Dragon Form comes up, he can start to move or potentially just harass the mid lane. A little bit more difficult going against No One, who's also going to hit 6. Top lane rotation, Solo comes from behind, puts the wall down. Sumail's the primary target of Ramses. He does not want to let this Beastmaster have a good game, but Crit will put them to sleep. Oh wait, Solo's got Glimpse! He actually has the level 1 Glimpse, he got the range for it! It'll end up being a 1-1 trade-off. Maybe Crit can kill off Ramses. Of course he can! It's a bloody ET! Thank you, OS Frog, as it goes 3-3 on the board.
A little thing there, Crit reuses the Spirit and pulls it back to be able to keep up the Spirit damage here already built up from the last Spirit usage. Small little play, but is really what made sure that he had the extra damage and speed to be able to catch up with that depth.
And that's a good turn of events up on the top lane, at least for the fact that Crit's going to be more of a powerhouse. Not so great for the fact that Sumail is still falling behind as far as his item progression goes. Wonderful scan from VP. That's a double damage Bane that No One is currently hiding from in the mid lane. And the scan just sees everything.
Arteezy.
Oh boy. Knowing the Bane is there, Roger and Pasha, they knew they could start fighting. Still a couple of 1 charges available. One more hit. They go underneath the tower. Arteezy doesn't have the distance. The 2 points up in Scorched Earth. Not a lot of man to work with either. Now top lane. Death Prophet triggers off the exorcism. Sumail just had to run back out. This Crit won't be so lucky. 10 stick charges. He'll go up into the trees. No TP scroll on him, so he'll just keep running north. They need the vision. And Solo, Kinetic Field will give him exactly that. Crit has to stand his ground, and he knows he's dead.
Oh, they actually run into Misery here in the bottom lane. They do have that Infernal Blade, so they can run him down.
Yep, the Misery's still hard to kill. The Shrine is nearby if he wants to try and burn this, and he's thinking about it. Is he really worth it? The body pop from Pasha and the illusions of Naga. Misery couldn't even make it to the Shrine.
Back over to top lane, Sumail actually getting dope behind that tower. The exorcism out, but as it wears out, Ramses gets up and chased.
VP, it feels like they're playing the same type of tempo that I'm used to watching when Team Liquid plays. Just that real aggression, solid in the laning phase, willing to dive if required. And this Terrorblade does not mean dictating anything on the bottom because they're going again. The Nightmare is out. They try and break it free. Arteezy still on the run again. More TP support is on the way. It's the Dragon Knight who ends up canceling his TP. Here, on the back of the Dragon Form, was looking to actually achieve something on this bot lane.
Really all by No One. He's the one who saw the Dragon Knight and said, hey, back out from that bottom lane. Fear is looking to be able to TP in. And that may have actually, that bit of communication may have actually saved somebody's life on the side of VP.
Yep, and wastes the end of that Dragon Form. I think Fear's looking for one more attack onto the mid tower, which he'll be able to get for a little bit of corrosive attack.
I want to give a shout out to Pasha. He just switched it up, but early on, he actually had the mana burn from the medium Satyr. And that was really effective at being able to limit the Bane. He actually just kept on burning out the Bane, who is very mana dependent, has a relatively low mana pool as well.
Oh, Nightmare. Crit's going to follow up with a stop. There's no friends around. Arteezy just wants this kill and to push even harder. And Pasha, well, okay, life is there. The Centaur's coming in from the side. Crit, where's the damage? One more attack will not be enough. Pasha is still regenerating through this, and the movement speed, thanks to the phase boots, it's so fast. He just keeps running. Fear's coming in, looking for the breathe fire damage. The Spirit is off, and Crit will get the kill on Pasha. Support, it did rotate in, so now it's Misery onto Roger, and with the extra assistance of Ramses, Misery is dead on the wrong side of the tracks. He cannot outrun this.
That felt a little silly. Him popping the Soul Ring there. As a result, the Spirit just insta-kills him. Whereas I think otherwise he would have survived. Oh, top lane, they're just going to go for it. Straight up War Stomp on top of the Beastmaster.
Arteezy's here, however, ready to fight the damage into the Doombringer. A glimpse pulls him back to the tier 1 town, but Sumail still gets the work done. May even be happy with that. He got Solo experience. He's looking for the level 4 axis to connect onto Solo. Solo goes up and dodges. He saw that coming from a mile away. But Ramses can push this bottom lane now. Exorcism is up, and everyone is in fact up as well for EG on the northern side of the map.
And that's okay. Evil Geniuses will happily trade off this tower if it means that they're going to be able to take mid tower, which Fear is currently trying to do with his Elder Dragon form. And they also will try and take that top lane.
There's actually some really good trade damage when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because you're doing this as well after Metamorphosis was already burned from Arteezy.
I think the question is where Ramses doesn't actually have a TP. I was going to say they could probably still defend that safe lane tower, and it looks like they are going to try and mount some pressure here.
He can TP in 3 seconds time. The Doom is out. It's over on the Terrorblade. Glimpse back into the fight. This is really problematic for Arteezy. No way to really get out of it either. Even with a great stomp from Crit catching 3 heroes, it will allow Sumail to retreat. And that is all.
Good response. It's always dangerous to try and push those towers against the Disruptor. Especially since you do have that kind of clear win in a team fight with the Doom being used. Only thing you could do is just run away, but Disruptor will always counter that. So it's actually kind of a cool core support combination here.
It's also one of those heroes you've got to give a lot of credit to VIRTUS.PRO with Solo as an absolute beast on that Disruptor, and he's going to look for more. Fear well out of position, and he can get glimpsed or just walled up. They'll happily fight underneath the tower. Roger can take it up, Crit. Here comes your Spirit into the stomp. They're going to glimpse him all the way back, but he's still got the sleep off, and that bought space for Fear to retreat and allow those 3 points of Dragon Blood to continue to protect him.
Because they gave up their safe lane tower, it's one of the really nice things. You lose your tower early, the lane starts pushing in, you feel a lot more comfortable farming that, and that's where Arteezy's finally going to get some coverage, because right now, he really needs it. He's sitting right in the middle of the network chart.
Yeah, he needs to bounce that up very, very quickly. At least their upside is the fact that the primary pusher and the primary initiator, Fear, is getting towards the Shadow Blade. He is moving up in the levels. Now having that plus 30 attack speed over the mana regeneration, easy for him. And this is now buying space as well for Sumail to get cash on the way towards the Necrobooks once more. And he needs to get the levels up as well. He's the guy that needs to have the Necrobooks and the Blink Dagger, because Sumail's primary task is hunting that Tinker.
Yeah, he's working towards that Necronomicon. I'd be interested to see if he actually gets Necrobook 1 and then Blink Dagger, or if he still fully commits to Necro 3. I think that's one of the small deviations you can make in this build.
That'd be probably the question, right? Like, do you believe you can have the push? Is it all about the team fights or about the quick pick-off, which the level 1 will allow you to do with the Blink Dagger? Fear, Glimpse, ain't gonna happen. Already used, level 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they thought they were going to be able to do there with just those 3 heroes. Dragon Knight is far too tanky for that kind of rotation.
Top tier 1 tower has finally fallen. So how hard do VP commit for this? Like, do they push down to bottom? Do they actually leave? Like, can Pasha stand toe-to-toe with Arteezy? Okay, he's not toe-to-toe. He has the Tinker. The Doom got off before Arteezy could follow in, and with the Hoof Stomp, there's no way to run away. In fact, he just walks around to attack Pasha once. Do some level of damage. Meanwhile, up on top, Sumail gets the Roar. The ET splitter will make it hard for Solo to get away. But the Song of the Siren, potential reset. DK is right around the corner, and he'll attack it, killing off Solo with the Dragon Tail stun. Naga won't do much more, but with Ramses burning the Exorcism, EG will pop the Shrine and then actually waste it. Ramses didn't even commit after burning that.
So this is the adjustment that I think VP is trying to make due to the Beastmaster and what happened when the game slowed down. He was always pressuring top. They're trying to set him off early, and they went for a smoke gank. But the problem was they didn't get it immediately, and then they tried to just force it.
Does he have the damage for this? He needs a little bit more help. Sumail's coming in. He's got the level 1 Necrobooks ready to go. They're going to focus on the Death Prophet. That Exorcism is about to wear out. He's about to get a lot more life back into him. Yep, here come the Spirits. Sumail still wants to fight. The Necrobooks are down. It's a good silence, but here comes Tinker as well. Everyone's arriving. The Storm from Crit, not effective because Ramses dodged it with the Yule Scepter. Dragon Knight will get ensnared and brought down. Beastmaster is about to join him. The Glimpse dragging Crit back. Beastmaster's TP will be successful, and now Crit will attempt the same thing. There's no cancellation. The Yule Scepter's not there. DK will be the only one to die for EG.
Little bit difficult when there's so many things going on in a team fight, but unfortunately, that Glimpse really needed to be used there to catch Sumail. After all, he is one of the more important heroes.
Get to the trees, Misery. Out of range of no one, the Nightmare Pasha can't see anything.
Oh, this is interesting. Crimson Guard build from Pasha, so he's really going to make himself a lot tankier. That's going to help the Death Prophet as well against all this damage, especially the minion damage from Sumail, but it's called Wild as well as.
And I just want to give massive props right now to the warding of VIRTUS.PRO. They had an Observer Ward on the hill just above the Radiant Secret Shop, and now they planted down a fresh one a little bit closer. It does block up that camp, so it may get discovered if there's any kind of stacking from EG, but it just scouted out the Shadow Blade attacking of DK. They're seeing EG's moves before they happen.
Yeah, that's pretty big, because that first Shadow Blade usage really effective from Fear when he came up and they activated that shrine together.
And he needs to keep chaining off effective movements with it too. It's not just enough to have it once. It's like buying a Blink Dagger and saying, oh, okay, yeah, we got one kill.
Oh, Solo's off a little bit on his own. He's trying to get to his team, but he's going to be a bit too late.
Yeah, coming up, VP is trying to help. He already got stomped down. That one Radiant Observer that got planted. I don't know if that's actually pinged out by VIRTUS.PRO, but
it's a shame for VP because they wanted to set up for a push. They had an Exorcism. They have this Eul Scepter with Song of the Siren to back it up so they could just Exorcism on the tower. If they're challenged by EG, they go for the sleep.
Well, here comes the Exorcism. Song of the Siren, as you said, he is hiding inside the trees. Fear wants to move forward. There's no sentry boards down, so they won't see him close the distance. But battling underneath an entire creep wave and the Exorcism when you're by yourself is not something Fear really wants to have happen. So now Tinker starts his BTs in. They're looking for the Eul Scepter initiation. The Doom is on the Dragon Knight. After he's already got the Dragonfall up, the Stomp Pasha is right between the two, so he can still get the Infernal Blade out, and Dragon Knight will fall. They are committing heavily to find these kills, and it feels like Fear is the punching bag.
That was a sick swerve there. Ramsey's backing off to dodge the stomp, and then Pasha just fast enough to be able to run ahead of it. The fact that the Death Prophet does not get hit by the stomp is what manages to get the kill on that DK. Without that Spirit Siphon, I don't think they get that.
At the same time, Beastmaster is getting more and more space. The level 2 Necrobook is up now, so he isn't going to go for the Blink Dagger straight up. He was adding pressure to the tier 2 tower. VP has an answer to this as always, though. It's going to be that Tinker having the global presence.
It would have been great positioning there. VP walking through the tier 1 and tier 2 with their smoke, but the Naga Siren smoke pops, so EG actually know about this.
Now, Pasha also breaks the smoke of Evil Geniuses, so his attempted gank gone wrong. So they Spirit out, Song of the Siren to the front lines. EG's keeping his distance, and that Spirit, he's going to look for a good stomp timing right on top of Pasha, but the Storm Wall is right on point. Arteezy, he can't even sunder, doesn't have the time. Beanscript is over on Pasha. He'll hook stomp up, but will still go down underneath this tier 1 tower. EG are fighting with the numbers, making it difficult for VIRTUS.PRO to get the upper hand. Roger wants to, Misery wants to come back in, and there's the Nightmare. Chain it off, and then the wall. Contain Evil Geniuses on their side of the map, while VP attack from the north, east, and south. And goodbye. Flips.
Dragon Knight tanking up, he could definitely live through this one, but maybe the Naga Siren quite low. The Necronomicon minion's not going to be able to catch up, though.
And then they even get punched up by the Prowlers.
Hey, you got CS for it. A Prowler died.
Yay.
It definitely wasn't the fight that Evil Geniuses envisioned, and a big part of that reason was Roger's Naga Siren and the way he played that. He Song of Sirens and he runs to the back line. In many ways, he's like a bounty hunter in that he's giving the vision and keeping the enemy team in the back, where the Tinker can just go and missile over and over again.
Yep. To be honest, I thought with that kind of initiation, it would have been a lot better for them. Like, Arteezy has been a complete non-factor in these fights. Like, he's always being controlled. They're committing multiple abilities to lock him down. It does give a little bit more freedom towards the DK, puts a lot more work on the back of Crit, but Crit also did that wonderfully too. Like, having that long range and still being able to get the stun, the power of the Spirit. But this will start to change as Sumail gets bigger. Like, he just finished up his level 3 Necrobook. When the Blink Dagger is there, then VP's backline can be assaulted. But they're coming for the top lane. They don't want to wait. Defensive Observer Ward being planted by Misery. They want to see VP coming.
Don't give up your offlane tower. It's too important to controlling your offlane jungle and that one ancient area. Because Arteezy is having a hard enough time getting farm out of his safe lane. It's just, as you can see, aggressive wards all over the place. The Tink pushing in as well, kind of threatening him.
You almost wish you went that Battle Fury build on the Terrorblade?
No, I don't think this is a Battle Fury game because I'm not sure if he has enough space to really make use of it. He needs just to be able to come online as early as possible, and the earlier Manta allows him to split push a bit better, try and match that Tinker in the way he shoves out lanes without putting himself in danger.
EG quite willingly let that tier 1 tower go in mid. There wasn't much of a defense to be had. The ET just tries to stall things up with his Spirit.
I mean, they didn't have to blow extras boards, so BP are just going to keep going. See if they can force any reaction out of EG.
Goodbye Vision. Or goodbye D-Vision as well. Pro establishing control of the cliff side, so Ramses now knows that no one's going to be coming from behind him. No one's coming from the side either. The only way EG can come undetected is either through smoke or run directly at VIRTUS.PRO. But they're also just making the most of it. Sumail's back up on top lane, pushing out. It's like they don't even care about these outer towers. Yeah, they continue to drop. As long as they have the tier 1 tower up on the top lane, things seem to be a lot better.
The cool part of this is the way that they control the mid part of this map means that EG have to play on the sides of the map, but that is perfect for Doom pickoffs.
Yeah. You can see Doom already looking. That's easy. Easy scouting out with the illusions. Still needs to finish up that Manta style. Sumail's getting some really good money.
Yeah.
While that mid push was going, he basically just grabbed about 1,500 worth of gold from the top. The reason why that's just so critical is that Blink Dagger timing again. Speaking of which, Pasha just grabbed his. Sumail just got caught. Oh, that money is about to disappear for him. He doesn't have to blink to dodge. He starts his TP. Ramses has a Yule Scepter, and that's the easiest cancel of the TP they could have asked for. Sumail is toast.
And Doom was starting at the same time bottom lane. Now, he should know
back off.
It's not a good idea to stick around here, because EG are not just going to let a kill like that happen. They're going to try and hunt and get a kill of their own.
If they can get the Nightmare before he can blink, then you got a chance, and then just Fiend Strip. So, Blink Dagger is revealed on the Doombringer. It will not be effective for him, as Crit will find that kill.
Roger almost blew the song there to try and save the Doom. Glad he didn't, because we don't want to repeat last game, where he blew a song and it was ineffective, and then Evil Geniuses took advantage of that cooldown.
See EG just think about doing Roshan? Is that what you're considering at this point?
I'm not sure if they actually have the power to do Roshan, but it's possible. More than likely, I think they would smoke up and just try and force any sort of team fight.
It feels like both teams have to commit huge abilities in order to get Roshan, like his Exorcism or Metamorphosis. Like this. It's like the only way you can actually bring him down at any kind of decent rate. Both teams require these abilities for the team fight.
Radiant's top tower.
This game at least staying, again, it feels like we're going back down the same kind of road. Just around that 20-minute mark, VP just starting to step it up a little bit, gain the advantage in golden experience. It's not much, and it's definitely not blowing their way, but it's about 4K on both golden experience.
Spirit Vessel was a Grace choice. Roger in this game as the Naga Siren instead of the Meteor Hammer, primarily because of the Dragon. You want to be able to just take out all of that regen.
Very problematic for Fear at all stages of this game.
So, looking a little bit long-term, the way I see this game is that the Tinker is a relatively good counter to the Terrorblade, but I still feel like you can quite easily win those Terrorblade games because TB, especially with his Blink Dagger or the BKB, he's so good at just overwhelming team fights. And the thing about Tinker carries is that you pretty much can always win the game off of your own play, but at the same time, you get picked off once, and it feels like the game is pretty much over. And they definitely have the heroes for that pickoff. Beastmaster being one of the best heroes because he's both an initiator pickoff hero as well as a vision hero thanks to his Hawk.
Yeah, and that Hawk currently is just watching Roshan. That's been the primary focus of it the last couple of minutes. While the focus of the rest of EG has actually been bottom lane, Fear and Misery, looking for Tinker. They want him to aggressively push this out, and this is exactly the moment they're waiting for. Hoping he would blink into the trees, but no one's just faking it.
No one gonna do this. Gonna try and fake some of these situations. Instead, what he should do is play behind his own team when they go for these pushes. Unnecessary. So many heroes are off map from the side of Evil G to try and push yourself to get that far. Defend behind your tower if you want to. Don't really push yourself outside of that.
It's a shame for the rest of EG they don't have that perfect initiating hero there because Sumail is too busy doing top.
Radiant's top tower
no one
taking
close to extending out a little bit too far.
They're wrapping around the back of Sumail. They've had enough. The blink, the Hoof Stomp, and the blink into Spirit Siphon. Sumail will get the roar off and the Necro book, so at least he can cause some damage into Pasha. But there were no friends coming to help out Sumail.
They don't pop the Exorcism for it, but they could still take that tier 1.
Oh, it's so low. 164. It's been the spamming of Axis from Sumail that slowed this down. But a double damage rune in front of Roshan. This may actually be the enabler the VP were looking for. Burn the Exorcism, and now they go for Roshan. No easy vision for EG through the Hawk.
Play that top half of the map. They go Evil Geniuses playing the right side. They're trying to catch no one on time. They're going to go for a push of their own, but I am much happier if I'm VP grabbing an Aegis. Yeah. Unfortunately, their team isn't the greatest at picking up because Tinker's not incredible.
Death Prophet.
Nice blink.
He jumped in a long, long way, but here comes the stomp. They all just want to TP out. Ichi do not want this fight. And Misery crit, will they be successful? The Euro Scepter cancels crits. So he may as well just throw out everything he's got and just prepare for death.
Dire's bottom tower's getting
The tier 1 tower is still alive. That one range creep is trying to bring it down, but it's a 21 HP. So far away.
Pasha almost got the War Stomp in on Bane as well. So they were very close to being able to catch 2 supports. So it was a really cool idea with the Death Prophet, just with the Blink Dagger, being the initiator off of the Aegis. I mean, they're not going to turn and fight you, not with the Aegis, not with an Aegis on it.
Solo's getting Beastmastered right now. Dark Troll Summoner, there's so much support behind him. It's more harassment than anything else. But EG, high ground defense is still strong. BKB up. So Fear can stand his ground in the fight. It looks like VIRTUS.PRO, even though they have that extra life on the Death Prophet, they're not using it yet. Sism in 48 seconds, then you will see it.
Early sight.
We actually went directly into, well, he's going directly into Hex.
Yeah, that's what he's holding on.
I was saying, like the way you worded it, I'm like, oh wow, he's actually got Scythe 26 minutes in.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Thankfully for Evil Geniuses, that is not the case. They are 7K up right now, VIRTUS.PRO. And they are in a good point where they can just kind of control the map. I don't know about high ground pushing and how that's going to feel for them. Evil Geniuses don't have some of their very key items, like the BKB on plate. He hits that so badly. Silences Static Storm is Death Prophet, or big problem for him in getting off some.
I think Solo is still hunting. Putting down some aggressive Observer Wards. This is just made to watch the DK move towards the top. But now Sumail, Raw, right on top of Roger. He has enough mana to potentially Song if he gets in trouble, but a quick blink away. And Sumail starts his TP. The Necro Books may just do the rest of the work. Ramses barely misses the Euro Scepter. Roger will end up surviving.
And those are kind of big wins because you see what Evil Genius here. They're just like immediately pushing out bottom laners. He's like, sweet, I'm kind of free to farm this whole entire jungle area because they've shown their cards. They've shown they're all in top lane right now.
I like the denial of the extra money. So the melee Necro unit was denied by the range one after Pasha jumped in and Infernal bladed it.
Sumail did that game too, actually, as well. Been very careful at not feeding away those Necronomicons.
Worth good money. One of the Necros just sitting in the side, just waiting to try and do something, but either that or time out, which he'll do in 1 second time. Oh, okay, not that great. He ended up beating help.
Top towers in bad shape.
But Arteezy's getting more and more space. That BKB, 3,400 gold in the bank. That's going to be enough for him.
He is getting more and more space, but it actually feels like Sumail is slowing down quite a bit. You remember, he got that Blink Dagger so quickly, and now he's very slowly working towards a BKB.
Well, he's changed shops, right? Like, he's gone from, you know what, I need to keep that top lane pushed in all the time to, I actually need to be involved in some kind of gank. I'm not the one who has farm priority. This is still going to be the late game Terrorblade, because can VP actually battle a fully fledged Terrorblade in the late game? Glimpse, Sumail's in trouble. In fact, Sumail, Misery, wants to help him. A quick Nightmare will buy some time. The Necro Books at least got off, allowing the Dragon Tail stun and the Phoenix Grip. No! Roger! He'll get the Song of the Siren off. 3 caught out. Crib wants to help out with an Echo Stomp, but can it actually do enough? The blade is bouncing through them all underneath the tower. Arteezy stuck to Dr. Ramses. He has enough life to stand his ground. That BKB timing is huge. Ramses caught on the wrong side of the track. Sumail is there to help get the kill. Remember, they'll have to do it again. The Aegis the Immortal will give him a second life. Crit comes in for the stomp. Pasha, he's jumped in for his own stomp. The Roar is on Death Prophet. They have to hold her in position as the spill damage goes out, killing Ramses, lowering Pasha, but no one jumps inside the vent. It's a triple kill for him. He'll go for more. Rearm and pop won't happen, but 3 heroes, yeah, well, Fear's gonna fall. An ultra kill for the Tinker No One.
No one's got some balls, man. He just blinked right in there and said, you got nothing left in the tank. I'm going to get this bouncing laser. If you got no abilities, you can't right-click. What are you possibly going to do? I thought that fight was going to be a disaster for VP as soon as Pasha made a judgment. He said, I'm going to Doom the Dragon Knight instead of the Terrorblade. And as a result, he gets off BKB Metamorphosis. He managed to get the Sunder off, which kills the Death Prophet, ending the Exorcism. I thought that was actually just going to end in total disaster, all because of one misplay. Fortunately, no one definitely recovered it.
Yeah, and then his side, he's got 6.8k gold after that engagement. The money just started flowing in for him.
And remember, that was a buyback from Sumail, just to try and win that fight, which they still did not.
That's almost the hilarious thing when Sumail was worth 322 gold for that buyback death. That's not the fun side. That's the ultimate memes come to reality. So his side is now fully done.
Well, he's not going to have BKB. But that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm wondering if BKB is still going to be the best item of choice for him. Because it feels like right now, EG need better pickoff.
I think
what do you actually, what would you get instead of that?
There's not a whole lot. Honestly, they really could use a Lincoln against this Doom, but I'm just not sure who's really going to be able to get it for the team.
Yeah, DK's not. Obviously, Fear's going to go in for a heart for his lineup.
And the big problem is that the Terrorblade is not going to reach that really big peak off of the Reflection level 20 talent. Because if you look at the team from BP, they have Tinker, Death Prophet, Doom. Like, none of those heroes really fear their own illusion. So it's not going to be all that effective. It's just going to be all in the Terrorblade and his right-click damage.
Do you actually then just push the Terrorblade into the stats for his 20 talent?
I would not go that far. Reflection is still a really good ability. I mean, it slows, it gives you some damage. It's insane. I'm not going to.
Okay. Top lane pressure is coming in from EG. The rest of VIRTUS.PRO, however, on a four-man smoke gank in the bottom river. Tinker will hold the top lane at bay. The double catapult wave with a Centaur, so this should be an easy tier 2 tower. They'll fortify it up. As long as the catapults keep attacking and the Centaur stands in the front lines, this tier 2 tower is gone. And Sumail even gets the last hit with the Centaur, and EG are backed out. They didn't want to stick around for this. They just wanted to get a little bit more money, a little bit more out of buildings down.
And this is what Evil Geniuses wanted from this game all along. They wanted these pushes where they don't have to commit anything, where the Beastmaster is just throwing all of his minions down a lane and able to take a tower as a result, where the Terrorblade is pushing out lanes, not with his hero, but with his illusion a lot of the time. So this 4-man of VP can't really ever latch their claws and catch EG heroes. Unfortunately for them, though, VP has routinely caught these heroes mostly off of like aggressive blinks from the Death Prophet. Those have been massive.
Yeah. It's the VP confidence. Like, you're one game away from elimination inside of a major, and you're like, yeah, I'm still okay with this. I'm still going to jump in. The Shadow Blade is out from Fear. They're looking for a target. What they're going to find is probably every single player of VIRTUS.PRO. They don't have any vision. They've just walked up to the dire jungle looking for someone. Now Death Prophet reveals, Tinker as well. But everyone from VP is sitting behind. You got 3 Spirit Vessels ready to throw out from Naga and the Song of the Siren. So even if EG do this, they know they need to just pop someone instantly. That's the only way they win this fight. Someone has to walk into their trap.
And VP might just... Though the way they saw the illusions come down and interrupt in mid, I would
No one's defending top. There's your jump. No, nice the blink away! He gets out. The Necro books were popped as well. This is not the fight that EG need.
Roger completely baited that, I think. I think he absolutely knew when he approached that there was a large chance that they were going to try and jump him. And he was just a little bit faster.
Yep. And now VP, if they wanted, they could just go straight down the mid. Like, Roshan's not alive yet. He'll respawn up in 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's going to take some time. And yep, EG are already starting their TPs back home.
And that just will probably lead Roshan, which is what EG was hoping to be able to test with that placement. They get a smoke engagement, they get some takeoff or team fight, they use Dragon Form, they control the map, and maybe Roshan's fun. As it is with Dragon Form cooldown, Roshan.
The Beastmaster will still try and keep vision. That's why they're walling to try and find that Hawk. Can't hide in Invis now.
When you spend your time as 5 smoke on top of a high ground, it just means you've lost all map. See top lane and bottom lane all really aggressively pushing in. So EG need to simultaneously push those out, don't get caught, and set themselves up for some sort of smoke into the team fight. Sean.
Well, they need to get out there. That's the problem. But the Observer Ward and Sentry, they'll know it's down. VP have done this ward so consistently already. They've de-warded it once previously. And there's the jump onto the Hawk. Cannot get that vision. Such a long cooldown as well.
They should at least know that there is vision on that.
Yep. But now they don't have the Hawk for when Roshan spawns.
That being said, again, VP's heroes are not the greatest agent.
Yeah, they need to burn
Death Prophet, you blow exorcism, just die.
Like Ramsey's right now. He's doing the dolphin. Wondering if he actually just lets the spirits loose. No one will come in to help, and now he'll actually commit properly. So, Song of the Siren is still up, and EG. I don't even know how you stop this, even if you want to.
I don't think.
I think look how fast he's dying. They can't even get there in time. Like,
it's in
the Beastmaster army is coming. ET. Well, he can stomp inside of the pit and may even kill off Roshan. No, it won't happen. Okay, yeah, no one's getting the Aegis Immortal. Rams just walks away. He's got the cheese. He's going to be a little bit sad that the Arcane Rune spawns only now. Lowered the time for Exorcism so the push could come even faster.
Again, it's like that team fight would be so difficult to take. And the payoff is, like for yourselves, getting the Aegis is okay, but it's not that big of an objective there.
If you had like a big team fight turnaround here, like the Luna, like that would have been another thing.
Or they have like a Storm Spirit or something, like if that's really good with it, then you absolutely must. Here, I don't think it was that.
Yeah. There's always that thing, right, with the Terrorblade. He has to stand his ground against the enemy lineup and then still get Sunder off. Like, these are the two things that you must be able to do. And right now, he's not strong enough to do either of these things against the lineup. So DK needs to find the opening. That's what Fear is hunting for once again. They don't walk under any dire vision. In fact, the dire vision is quite heavily focused towards the north, so they'll find Solo, and they just instantly reflect him. Roger turns on the Song of the Siren. More support has to come over. They're already burning the Shrine, and maybe Solo, no, they'll just run away. The extra TPs were not coming aggressively from VIRTUS.PRO. And EG are forced to come back. There's a double catapult wave pushing their tier 3 tower up on top.
Oh,
Sumail has to defend this.
That's some good damage right there. Yep. That was like 1,000 damage for a failed gank on a disruptor.
And they may even just bring down the tower anyway. The Axes are doing what they can, but thanks to Tinker's March, Catapult's got the cover. And that tower's at 50 HP. Tinker now has a little bit of... What was that? Or BKB. So Arteezy has his, Fear has his, Crit has his. Am I imagining things, or was no one actually buying a BKB then selling a B?
Yeah, I was thinking about BKB at next item with this agent.
He's at 5.9k, so the decision time is there. What items does he replace his Aegis?
Because you're a little bit, at this point in time, I think you're reaching kind of a peak for VP. They're at such a huge net worth lead, and their heroes are incredibly strong at this point. Death Prophet is out. Tinker has kind of all the items you need to be a terrifying core. So I think you want to make sure that when you do go for this high ground push, it is absolutely successful, and you want to just be able to...
Boy, an Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor dispels so many issues for EG.
Oh yeah, they get
now these BKBs don't protect you. Terrorblade as a Lincoln Sphere, fantastic, but if you get trapped inside that Storm Wall, you're dead.
They're gonna Song, blink in, grab a bunch of heroes, and then whoever's stuck in the Static Storm is dead.
Yep. It's actually kind of hilarious, because you always talk about with the Doombringer, like you doom one target, and then this guy is dead. So whoever's not caught inside the Wall Storm, Solo, and Pasha just jumps in, blink dooms him. So then you practically delete at least 2 heroes at the start of a fight for VIRTUS.PRO.
I don't know, with these combinations, I'm just not sure how they're going to be able to do. Okay, the Blink Dagger could really help out because you might just be able to blink out of the Song before Static Storm touch you. Yep.
They got Blink on Terra, Blink on DK.
The timing of your BKBs are also critically important for EG.
Lincoln's is already cracked on the Death Prophet. Fear jumps in with the Fiend's Grip. They want to kill him off. Can they actually bring down this Death Prophet with the ET Splitter? It won't happen. Defensive Fuel Scepter up and the Song of the Siren. Actually cancelling off a lot of the damage of the Exorcism. Now allowing Fear to try and turn and fight. She's already been triggered terribly. Needs to swap his life. He's still silenced. Where is that Sunder? It doesn't come. Arteezy is down for a 4 minute without buyback, and EG on the retreat back to their tier 4 towers, but they want to go deeper. Ramsey's aggressive forward. Bale dropping down low. The EG once again just cannot stop enough. The VP are on a rampage, almost under the fountain, hunting these kills of evil geniuses. And the Storm is down again with the laser. They can't attack. They can't fight back. All they can do is die, evil geniuses. There's just buybacks galore. Crit can do some work right now. At least the Doom as well. As the Disruptor have dropped, the Rax is still intact. VP went so deep, but they forced 3 buybacks out of evil geniuses.
Oh man, I just watching Crit there, and he gets like a 4-man stomp. He has the Spirit on everybody, and then he just pops his BKB and just wails into that Tinker. The big thing was, though, that Tinker got off the laser just before he died. That was so important because he managed to get the kill on the Dragon Knight. This forced a couple buybacks as well. Even if they don't get the lane of Rax, forcing the buybacks is good enough, right? Because it still leaves you in the same situation. One push, one team fight. You win that.
Economically, you can see they're crippled. Like down to 24K, 23K, the difference, 22K in the experience. The just swing goes the way of VIRTUS.PRO. So this game is firmly in their control. It's up to EG to change the tempo. It's up to EG to maybe next time. I don't know how you do it. Is there a way to just dispel that silence on the Terrorblade and just let him do his work? It just seems this 6-second duration silence from Death Prophet is his worst enemy. Because that's what stopped him. It wasn't even the Disruptor Storm.
They have to stop the song, because the song stops the Terrorblade illusions. It stops the Necronomic minions from Beastmaster as well. It stops Beastmaster because he still doesn't have that BKB. So when you pop that song and go for the Death Prophet, a song goes off and you only have the DK and the Terrorblade himself. No illusion. Right-clicking on a Death Prophet. It's just not enough damage.
Here comes EG. That's worth a jump if they can get the Disruptor. He's in the back lines at the moment. Naga Siren does have that Song of the Siren. They'll smoke up themselves. And where do they run? Death Prophet, Illusion Rune only. EG use a secondary smoke. They don't see anyone right now. The bottom lane is still forcing in. So is the mid lane. The Naga Illusions were pushing that one out. Tinker just TP back to the base. They need a jump. Solo is close. That smoke, which one's going to break first? EG, down the smoke. Smoke will break. They jump in deep. And Arteezy straight up BKB. The Song of the Siren actually isolated Solo so they can keep fighting. Ramsey's next target inside the base. But with the BKB's wearing off, where do you go next? The lasers from Tinker. This will cause problems. The Doombringer stands his ground against Crit. Arteezy still wants something to fight, but he keeps getting lasered. Silence up again. No more Thunder. No more Artur. And they'll go for even more with the DK down. He was doomed up. Nothing can be done. Too many heroes for EG are on the sideline. And this just may be the game. This may be VIRTUS.PRO's victory and ticket into the semi-final as down goes all of EG and GG indeed. VIRTUS.PRO have done it 2-1 against evil geniuses.
They finally get that monkey off their back. The evil geniuses.
It only took 4 years.
I thought they were going to do it again, Ting. Instead, they do it here. Kind of insane. Honestly, a fantastic performance from VIRTUS.PRO. I thought there were so many cool plays they did in this series. The way they just absolutely demolished in game number 1. The way they controlled this game 3 and made it so as every 5 minutes went by, I felt like EG just had 10% less a chance to be able to acquire victory. They just made sure that everyone from EG was shut out when it came to farm. They kept on getting those really critical smoke rotations, those critical blink forward catches. VP, I think, played fantastically all the way through there. Got to give a shout out to No One's Tinker, though, because that was a baller performance. He didn't feel a whole lot of pressure, but he definitely maximized his performance as a result.
Yeah, that jump inside the base, you could see VP, they knew it. When you play a game like this, you play on a stage like this one in Katowice, and you're willing to not only just jump with your Tinker, you're jumping with your Death Prophet, you're jumping with everyone you possibly can. 4 Blink Daggers on VIRTUS.PRO. They were always together. They were always a 5-man squad ready to make that work. And they had